Hi.
How's everybody?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
Great, thanks. Did you know that the U.S. is one of the few countries who actually do not require companies to disclose whether or not they made any modifications to their ingredients? I have done extensive research, so I'm able to provide you with credible information about genetically modified organisms, or GMOs. What are GMOs? They're defined as those in which the genetic material has been altered in such a way that does not occur naturally, or living organisms whose genetic material has been artificially manipulated in the lab through genetic engineering. This can also be stated as taking a specific trait from the DNA of one plant or organism and transfer to another plant. Also, it can be as simple as changing how a single protein in a given plant expresses itself. An example of that would be an Arctic apple, which is this picture right here. That is actually where they, instead of inserting a new gene, they actually cut out part of one gene, which is responsible for the apples to oxidize or turn brown when peeled or cut. So with the genetic modification, they can actually put the gene, take the gene out of it to make it so that it does not turn brown. And then the tomato and bred with the winter flounder does not actually result in that. It is just taking one single gene from the flounder and inserting it into the tomato, which causes the tomato to be more resistant to frost in the winter. So where can GMOs be found? Here's some examples of where you can see them on the labels. They can be found in alfalfa, canola, corn, cotton, soy, eggs, milk, meat, honey, seafood, corn syrup, hydrolyzed vegetable protein, molasses, sucrose, and artificial flavorings. Most of the GMOs that are found from eggs and milk are from the animals eating GMO feed. So the different types of GMO crops, the pesticides such as Roundup Ready, the crops are genetically modified to be resistant to herbicide Roundup, which is used to kill weeds. The active ingredient is glyphosate, and that is, the crops are bred to tolerate this ingredient in Roundup. And then we have the Bt toxin, is a bacteria that produces proteins which are toxic to insects inserted into the GM foods. So as you can see here, they're inserted into the crops, and when the insects eat them, they actually die. So that's how they use that. And then the promoters are not actually injected into the pesticide, but they're engineered to have a specific trait. So for example here, you have the cauliflower mosaic virus, or the 3,5-S promoter, which acts as the beginning, and then we have the non-paline synthase terminator, which acts as the end, and they're put, the gene is put in between them, and then that sequence is transplanted into the plant's DNA. Then we have some negative effects are the environmental risks, or cross-contamination. Organic farmers cannot have any GMO in their products. So if seeds blow from one farm to their organic farm, they can get in a lot of trouble. The increased use of herbicides can cause potential health issues, putting small farmers out of business, and a big one is it's not natural to do this. It's not ethically produced. Some positive effects, there are more crops using less land, which in all reality, we have a growing population, so it helps to be able to feed that population. Fewer chemicals and insecticides used. They're made to tolerate drought and high temperatures and grow even faster than normal. Some say they even can be modified to have a better taste and also be healthier. According to Wrangle, the United Nations predicts that by 2050, humans will need to produce 70% more food to feed the global population. So, yeah. So now you guys know a little bit more about this widely debated topic of GMOs. They hold potential to greatly increase the nutritional value of food as well as productivity of crops, while at the same time provide many safety issues as well as environmental concerns. I covered the history of GMOs and what they are, the different types of GMOs, and the effects of GMOs. So hopefully now you know exactly what genetically modified organisms are, and you should have a better understanding of the biotechnology used to do this and what is in the foods that are produced today. So next time you're at the grocery store, maybe take a look on the shelves and you'll be able to see this little butterfly here. It says non-GMO product verified, which means there's nothing genetically modified about this product. And I will pass this around. Thank you.